Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the last topic of our second chapter in economics, that is indicators of growth and development. Okay, the last topic is HDI. Okay, we have seen the indicators, okay, which are measuring the development of the country. There are mainly four indicators, right? That is the growth of national income, growth of per capita income, growth of PQLI, that is physical quality of life index, and the last one is HDI. The HDI is the most recent indicator of development. Okay, and this HDI, the human development index, has been presented by UNDP, that is United Nations Development Program. They are the one who presented HDI, okay, in 1990. Okay, so the United Nations Development Program have presented the human development report in the year 1990. Okay, now in human development index, what is taken into consideration? Both the aspects are taken into consideration. Economic aspects are also taken into consideration, as well as non-economic aspects are also taken into consideration. Both the aspects are taken into consideration. In short, quantitative changes as well as qualitative changes is taken into consideration when we talk about the human development index. Economic aspects to measure the development, as well as non-economic aspects to measure the development, both are taken into consideration when we talk about the indicator, that is human development index. Okay, there were many economists who have contributed in developing human development index. Also, the Indian economists have contributed in developing the human development index. Okay, as we have seen that PQLI had certain limitations, right? In the same way, the HDI also had certain limitations. So improvement in the HDI has been done in the year 2010. Okay, and the improvement is related with the minimum and maximum values, okay, which were used to measure HDI since 1990. So in maximum value and minimum value of HDI, some of the improvement is done in the year 2010. Okay, so that is the introduction of human development index. Okay, now to calculate economical development with the help of human development index, which are the factors taken into consideration? There are three factors here. Also in PQLI also there were three factors. Here also there are three factors taken into consideration. Let us see these three factors. Here are the three factors which are been taken into consideration for measuring human development index. First is life expectancy. That is the same one that we have already seen in PQLI. What is life expectancy? Okay, what is expected number of years a person live at the time of birth in a particular country is called life expectancy. Okay, when an infant is born in a particular country, of an average, how many years that particular infant may live in that particular country is life expectancy. Okay, next one is knowledge. Knowledge means literacy, how many people are literate and how many people are unliterate. Okay, here we take into consideration two things while measuring the knowledge. The first is that is number of years of schooling. An infant or a child should go how many years, okay, for schooling. So for example, we say a child should at least study for 15 to 16 years. So number of years of schooling, okay, so we have counted that is 15 to 60 years, and then find out from a child that for how many years you have been studying, for how many years. Okay, the child says that I have studied only 5 years. The child says that I have studied only 6 years. Child said I have studied 17 years. Okay, so first you need to find out the number of years of schooling, and B, expected number of years of schooling, how many years a particular child has gone to the school. Okay, and the gap between both, okay, will let us know that how many children are actually getting proper schooling. Okay, actually how many people are getting the proper education we will come to know by this particular two rules. Okay, there is the first one, a number of years of schooling, and second is expected number of years of schooling. The gap between expected and actual number of years of schooling is taken to derive the values. Okay, but whom to ask first? A person in the age group of 15 years and above. Okay, only those are considered while calculating the values of knowledge. Good standard of living. Good standard of living of a people should really very high. Okay, or the standard of living of the people should be good. What comes in the standard of living? Okay, pure availability of pure drinking water, medical service, good sanitation, infant mortality rate. Okay, nutritional food available to the children or to the female. Okay, this all will be considered while we see about good standard of living. Okay, drainage facilities available or not. Okay, are the people having proper houses to live in? Okay, that all will be considered in good standard of living. So for HDI we have these three factors taken into consideration, that is life expectancy, knowledge, and good standard of living. Okay, so that is HDI. Now the important aspects of HDI. Okay, as we saw in PQLI the maximum value was 100. Here the maximum value of HDI is 1. Okay, all the life expectancy will be valued from 1, knowledge will be valued from 1, good standard of living also will be measured for 1 from 1. So maximum value of HDI is 1. Okay, second, the value of HDI ranges from 0 to 1. Okay, whenever you value, okay, you have three factors. Okay, life expectancy, knowledge, and good standard of living. You have to grade them. You will grade them from 0 to 1. Okay, the lowest is 0 and the highest is 1. Now the countries whose HDI is closer to 1 is considered more developed, and the countries whose HDI is further, okay, to 1, or we can say the country whose HDI is closer to 0 is considered as less developed. This will be better. Countries whose HDI is closer to 1 is considered more developed, and countries whose HDI is closer to 0 is considered as less developed. Okay, so they have given one example, and this is a real example. According to the 2014, according to the year 2014 data, the Norway ranked first. Okay, with how many, what was the value? The value was 0.944. Okay, so we count the HDI in 0 to 1. So Norway had the HDI of 0.944 and it ranked first, okay, in the economical development of the country according to the indicator of human development index, while India had what? India had HDI of 0.609, and India ranked 130th out of 188 countries. We calculated in the year 2014, we calculated the HDI for 188 countries, and in 188 countries the India ranked 130th with 0.609 HDI, and Norway was ranked first, okay, among 188 countries, that by 0.944 HDI. Okay, so these are the important aspects. The maximum value of HDI is 1. The value of HDI ranges from 0 to 1. The countries whose HDI is closer to 1 is more developed. The countries whose HDI is closer to 0 is less developed. And the data, according to the 2014 data, Norway ranked first and India ranked 130th among 188 countries. So these were the important aspects. Okay. Now, human development indicators of some of the countries. This is the table which is given over here, which you can see on page number 25. Okay, the same thing. Norway we have already seen. Okay, this is the year in 2014. Okay, it was calculated, and this is the true data as we have this data is according to HDR 2015, an economic survey which was made in 2015 and 16. Okay, so Norway stand first with 0.944. America was 8th. Okay, China was 90th. India is 130th rank. Okay, and Pakistan was 147 and Niger was 188. So who was the first according to the HDI, most developed country, Norway, with rank first, and the last is Niger 188, and India was 130th among 188 countries. Okay, the next thing that you can see is gross national income of all the countries. Then you can see what three things are we taken into consideration. Life expectancy, right? So this is the average life expectancy. Okay, average life expectancy of India, it is how much? Average life expectancy 68. Norway 81 is the life expectancy. Okay, expected years of schooling, how many years a particular child goes to school. Okay, here by only 7.8, means you can say 8 years maybe a child goes to school. India 11.7. Okay, and Norway 17.5, means almost 18 years a child, definitely a single child of means every citizen at least goes to school by 18 years. Okay, average expected, okay, this is expected years of schooling, that how much years they should go, 17, and how much on average they go, 12. Here also in India, what is the average? 11 years they should go for the schooling, but for how many years they are going? Only for 5 years they are going. Okay, 5.4. So the expected years of schooling that they should go, an average number of years in school. Okay, they should go this much years, but how many years are they going? They must go 16 years, but how many years they are going? So that is given over here. Okay, now according to this particular data, they have divided the countries into 4 parts. Again I repeat, they have divided the countries into 4 parts that you can see here down, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here they have given the points 1, 2, 3 and 4. Countries having highest human development, that is the first. Countries having high human development, countries with moderate human development, and countries having low human development. So according to this particular data, they have divided the countries into 4 parts. Countries having highest human development, second, countries having high human development, countries with moderate human development, and countries having the low human development. Okay, now which are the countries who can come in the highest human development? Those who rank from 1 to 49. Those who rank from 1 to 49, 49th country. Okay, we are giving you the ranks, right? We have seen the ranks here. So the countries which come from 1 to 49 rank will come in this category, that is highest human development. Okay, and their human development index should at least be 0.890. Okay, it can be exactly this or it can be more than this, then it will come under the highest human development. Okay, countries having high human development. Okay, which countries will come under the countries having high human development? The countries having the rank between 50 to 105. Okay, the countries which is ranking between 50th to 105th comes under the countries having high human development, and they should have at least the human development index as 0.735. It can be exact 0.735 or it has to be more than 0.735. Okay, countries with moderate human development, the countries which ranks between 106 to 143 comes under countries with moderate human development, and they should have at least the human development index of 0.614 or more than 0.614. And India ranks what? 130th. So which is our country? Which in our country belong to which type of human development? So our country comes under moderate human development. Okay, the next one, countries having low human development. Okay, the countries which rank from 144 to 188 comes under country having low human development, and their HDI should be at least 0.493. Okay, or less than 0.493. Okay, everybody got it? Okay, so this is the category of the countries divided into the 4 parts. Highest having highest human development, countries having high human development, countries with moderate human development, and countries having low human development. You can just remember the ranks are easy to remember, right? Ranks, the country ranking from 1 to 49 comes under highest human development. Countries ranking between 50th to 105 comes under the high human development. Countries ranking between 106 to 143 comes under the moderate human development, and the countries ranking from 144 to 188 comes under the countries having low human development. Okay, so what conclusion have we derived from this? Can we tell me who is at the first number? We know Norway is at the first number with 0.944. Who is last? Niger is at the last with 0.348, okay, 188, and India is at was 0.609 at 130th position. Okay, and India comes 130th, we rank 130th, so 130th comes under this, so we are under the moderate human development. India is the country which comes under the moderate human development. Okay, so that is the conclusion. The same thing they have given over here, derived conclusion, as you can see. First one, in 2014 Norway is number 1 with 0.944 in human development. Second, India with 0.609 is 130th in the list of 188 countries. Third one, India comes in moderate human development countries in the classification of human development index. And fourth, Niger is the continent of Africa. Okay, Niger, you'll say what is Niger? It is given Niger is a continent of Africa which comes last. Okay, and their HDI is 0.348. Okay, in the order of HDI of 2015. So this is the conclusion that we derived from this particular table. Understood, everyone? Okay, now importance of human development index. Yes, HDI, importance of human development index. First one is HDI is complete as it not only takes economical factors but also it includes social welfare by giving importance to education and health. Yes, as we have already seen that human development index does not only take into consideration the economic aspects but also non-economic aspects. The same thing, HDI is a complete indicator as it takes into consideration economic factors as well as it takes into consideration social welfare of the people, as it is giving importance to the knowledge, it is giving importance to the health of the people. Okay, so it is also concentrating on the social welfare of the people. Next is second one, HDI indicates the policy maker that economical development is only a tool but the ultimate objective is only human welfare. Yes, HDI, okay, makes certain policies. Okay, HDI indicate the policy makers that economic development is not a tool. Okay, is only a economic development is only a tool but the ultimate objective is only economic welfare. Okay, we say that national income has increased, so economic development of the country has taken place. Per capita income has increased, so economic development of the country is taken place. But actual, when the economic development takes place, when there is human welfare, and HDI believes in that. The human development index says that yes, when there is human welfare, there only the economic development has taken into consideration. Okay, next one, HDI says true progress is equals to economic progress plus social progress. Okay, not just increase in national income, not just increase in per capita income, but also welfare of the people, standard of living of the people should increase. Okay, everyone should get nutritional food, everyone should get proper education. Okay, so true progress is equals to economic progress plus social progress. Next one, fourth one, HDI is functional. A rise in the HDI ranking indicates that the health and education have improved in the country. Yes, HDI doesn't show the efforts, it shows the result. That is why they say HDI is functional. Okay, whenever there is increase in the HDI of a particular country, we can definitely say the health and the education of that particular country has improved. Okay, next is fifth one. Developing countries get an idea as to where there is scope for development and in which direction should the government work by looking into HDI. Okay, first of all, what we consider while we calculate HDI: life expectancy, knowledge, good standard of living. These are the three factors that we take into consideration while we calculate HDI. Now, suppose from 0 to 1, and we calculate and give the values from 0 to 1. Now, when we calculate it, okay, at that time if we find that life expectancy is good enough, knowledge is good enough, but there is no good standard of living, okay, so where we are lacking behind. Or suppose we have life expectancy, we have good standard of living, but knowledge is not very good, okay. In short, the country can make out where we are lacking behind, okay, and accordingly that the country can work on it, that yes, the life expectancy of people than the other country. Why it is less in our country? Yes, these are the defects, these are the derivation. So let correct this particular deviation. So in this way, the Human Development Index helps the country to focus on the points which can increase their standard of living or which can increase their economical development of the country. So that is the fifth point all about. And the last one, HDI is progressive in its approach. Yes, HDI is progressive in its approach. Okay. Limitation. The very first limitation that I want to say, which is same as PQLI, that we have taken into consideration only three factors, right? While we calculate HDI, only three factors are taken into consideration. More factors can also taken into consideration, okay. Next one, all three factors are given equal weightage, okay. All three factors are given equal weightage, that is 1, okay. Minimum is 0 and maximum is 1. But in reality, in different situation, different indicators become important. All three indicators don't have equal importance in the country or equal importance in the human life, okay. They have different importance, but though we have given the equal weightage, okay. So that is one thing. And the last one is Human Development Index. Whatever number or whatever value you get is not an absolute expression, okay. It only shows the relative progress and it compares one country with the other. In short, whatever you get as a Human Development Index, okay, it is not an absolute number, okay. It's not an absolute number, okay. Now there are also other HDI, okay. There are 4 types of other HDI which is not there in your syllabus, but you just need to know if the question comes that what are the other types of HDI. We have GDI, we have TAI, we have HPI, and we have HCI, okay. GDI means Gender Development Index. GDI, Gender Development Index. TAI stands for Technological Achievement Index. Next one, third one, HPI. HPI stands for Human Poverty Index, okay. And the fourth one, HCI, stands for Human Consumer Index, okay. So these are the 4 different types of index we have, okay, which you need to know the names, okay. So here we have completed with the second chapter of economics, okay. Tomorrow let us see, we'll start with the now this is economics, so we'll start with the OC I think so, second chapter of OC, right? Or we have completed, second chapter is completed, then we will start with the third chapter of OC, okay. Thank you.